man, he a nobody. Nobody knows him. I'm like, you think I can do that myself? And they're like, yeah, you know, they said this, I sell it out and stuff like that. And then once I sold that out, and then it was like, yo, you finna fight at AT&T Center. I was real nervous. I didn't think, I didn't think that many people was gonna come. And once they came, I was humble, and I was very, appreciative of everybody coming and supporting me. And even if they didn't come and support me and support Mike Garcia, they still came to watch me fight. So, I was real thankful of everybody coming out and just supporting, my fight with my name on it. So, I mean, it was a dream come true. I was super excited. I was on a high for probably about 3 weeks. Like, man, I was like, man, this is my city. So I can't wait to fight there again. I feel like
who would be the right opponent? Who would be the right opponent for you to fight there again? Because it has to be the right opponent, right? So who would you want to fight at AT&T Stadium again if you got your opportunity?
Man, me and Pacquiao probably do 100,000. we fight at AT&T Center. So AT&T Stadium. I think Pacquiao will be the perfect opponent.
Where do you like fighting more? I know you're a Dallas kid. They're different venues all over the world, but Las Vegas is very special. People want to headline in Vegas, but where is your favorite place to fight? Is it AT&T Stadium?
Definitely at home now. I used to be nervous. Fighting at home. Like, man, I don't fight at home. Like, you get nervous, especially because you fight in front of family and friends. You fight in front of family and friends and people that have been knowing you since the first grade, school teachers and stuff like that. So, you're super nervous, but, I like fighting at home. I definitely like fighting at home. There's a lot of love fighting at home, especially like the ring entrance and you looking in the crowd, you seeing people that you've seen before. And, they're cheering for you, rooting for you. You just feel a little.
You go ahead and I'm sure the energy, the electricity. There's a kid in your area, though, who says he's about 2 years away from fighting you, Spence Junior. He went ahead and he posted a photo when he was a little kid with you, and you're obviously more, higher on the food chain. But, do you kind of like the fact that these prospects are calling you out? They're like, yeah, I want to fight Spence, because I remember you were like that years ago when you were coming up.
I mean, it just shows they're hungry. That's what it's about. I mean, you gotta show that you're hungry. You got to show that, that you want the top dog and you willing to take their spot. And, as for me, that keeps me on my toes because I know, a younger guy, willing to take, he wants what's mine. So, he willing to work hard and he willing to do whatever it takes to do to get to that point. So, for me, that's good because, me and Virgil started at the same gym, Virgil Boxing Gym. We had the same coach and everything, and just to see him get to that point, it's great seeing. Because I remember him as a little kid, little crybaby kid. He used to cry a lot, but now to see him get to this point, and and looking to challenge me in about 2-3 years, it's good that he know that 2-3 years he might be ready, but. I don't see him. I don't see him, beating me. But much respect for him. Much respect to him doing this thing and getting to this level. I think 15-0, 15 knockouts, 16-0, 16 knockouts. So much respect to him doing his thing and making Dallas look good and putting on for the city.
Errol, there have been talks about you, and when you talk about gyms, but you train with Derek James, that the wars that you have with Jermell Charlo are ones that could headline a pay-per-view if they could show those sparring sessions. Can you tell us about how much you love mixing it up with Jermell Charlo, because he's a world champion, you're a world champion, you seem to both be at the top of your game?
That's my guy, Jermell. I mean, when Jermell, because usually he's in training camp, but he's fighting before me. So I join his training camp and just train with him and then go into my training camp. And Jermell, he's strong. I think his power, he got a little bit more confidence in his power now. He's talking about knocking everybody out now.
Yeah.
So, he's looking good. I mean, me and his sparring, I can't say it's war. It's not wars every time. You know, a lot of times it's real tactical, and you know, we going tick for tack, and you know, it's a great learning experience. Like they say, iron sharper iron, and it's definitely with him iron sharper iron because you know we're basically learning from each other, and what's the best sparring than sparring somebody that's you know a world champion too. So I mean, it's great work, and just having the experience that he had and the experience that I have. You know, we put in some good work, but that's definitely you know Fox material. They can put that on as a fight night or something like that.
Errol, how long do you see yourself here at 147? I know that you want to clean out the division. You want to be the undisputed unified welterweight champion of the world, but do you think that going up in weight to 154, possibly even 160, is in your future? You're 30 years of age now. How long do you want to remain here at 147?
Till I finish my goal, and then my goal is to become undisputed welterweight champion of the world. So when I become undisputed, I definitely move up. But until then, I'll be standing at 147. I don't care if I got to cut a leg off.
You've been, your advisor is Al Heyman. Al Heyman is the brains behind Premier Boxing Champions. They just turned 5 years old back a month ago. Can you tell us about what PBC has meant to you? And you've been one of the cornerstones of what PBC is all about, and introducing it to the masses, and you know, fighting on network television and now transitioning into being a pay-per-view fighter.
Oh, PBC meant a lot to me. I mean, just fighting on Fox and the exposure I was getting, like the exposure I was getting as 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. I mean, PBC, you know, did that with Showtime, and you know, fighting on Showtime, now fighting on Fox, and just the exposure. Like every fight was on TV. Every fight was on TV. Even if I had a swing bout, which was like 1 or 2 times, you know, for some reason.
You were in there.
yeah, I was on TV, you know, so, you know, PBC done a lot for my career, just give me that exposure and give me fights. And, you know, even if somebody didn't make weight or something like that, they got me another opponent where I didn't have to be like, oh, I'm not fighting this fight. I'll fight in 2 more weeks and things like that, and I make weight for no reason. So, I mean, just as development stage, you know, and even right now, they've done a lot for me. Even Al, you know, he has done a lot for me, especially with, with money-wise, and save my money and put my money in different investments and stuff like that, you know. Al's not only just a boxing manager. He want to make sure that, you know, everybody's good and you're good, you know, when you retire from boxing or when you want to retire from boxing. You know, he doesn't wait to that point. You know, he was talking about me retiring from boxing when I first started, when I was like 22 years old. He was like, you know, we're going to start talking about retirement. I'm like, what is he talking about, retirement? Like, I haven't fought pro yet. He talking about retirement. But, you know, as I see it now, being 30 years old, you know, he helped out a lot in my career and, you know, made sure, you know, I was smart with my finances and stuff like that. So now he made sure that, you know, if I wanted to retire now, I could. So, you know, I'm just grateful for, you know, being in that whole stable with Al and the other fighters and, you know, PBC and things like that. You know, it's a blessing.
He seems to have a genuine love for you guys. Like, he genuinely cares about your overall well-being. Is that fair to say?
Oh, definitely. It's definitely fair to say because, I mean, not only with me, you know, I'd heard about, you know, different fighters, you know, he done helped out or, you know, made sure, gave them the option, you know, of, you know, he give a lot of fighters the option, or do you want to, you know, make sure your finances are good, or do you want, you know, all this money now and just blow it? so you know, he just give the options. It's up to you to be smart. So, you know, that's one of the things, because I was gonna, one of the things, it was either Top Rank or Al when I first turned professional. And, you know, and
so you were split between the two. So those were the two major options.
Yeah, there was two options. Top Rank was trying to give me a whole bunch of money, and like Al wasn't trying to give me that much money. He wasn't trying to give me that much money, but he was like, you know, you stay focused and do what you have to do, you know, make sure that, you know, you're good and, you know, you don't have to want for nothing or anything, you know, later on in your career. But Tyrann was trying to give him money now, and then actually my dad, you know, convinced me to go with Mr. Heyman because he was like, you know, you too worried about right now. I'm a young kid. I want some money. I'm broke. Oh, I got about
Yeah, you wanted all the money.
yeah,
I mean.
yeah, I got like $5,000 in my account. I'm like, man, I'm trying to go with Tyrann. They trying to give me a signing bonus, things like that. But, you know, I didn't understand, you know, I had to pay that back. And, you know, and Al wasn't talking about right now. He was talking about later on in my career. You know, I was too focused on the now instead of the later. You know, and Al helped me realize that actually my dad helped me realize that because I was worried about the now instead of later. And, you know, helped me realize that. And, you know, that's how I signed with Al. And, you know, and you know, we talk often, and you know, it's just nothing. I get nothing but genuine love for him, even from this crooked game that boxing is. Boxing is very crooked. You know, I get nothing, you know, but love for him, and I feel like I've been sheltered a lot because I haven't, you know, been through anything that I hear a lot of boxers go through, especially, you know, money-wise or different managers or, you know, promoters or things like that. You know, I haven't experienced it at all. I haven't experienced any crookedness and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm just blessed to be in the position I am now. And it's rare to get, you know, somebody like that.
Final two questions for you, Errol. I know that you're typically a quiet guy, but are you excited for the cameras to be back in your face and for press conferences to happen? I mean, because I tell you what, when you had that first presser with you and Sean Porter, and you guys started mixing it up in Las Vegas prior to Pacquiao Thurman, that was an Errol Spence that typically doesn't, that I don't hear from or that I don't see. And you guys were going back and forth. You tell him I'm going to knock him out. He was going back and forth with you. His dad was getting involved a little bit. But are you excited to get the cameras back and doing the press conferences and handling all the media week obligations before you step inside that ring?
Definitely. You know, I feel like, you know, it's my time now. This is my time. This is my time to shine. And, you know, like people like Adrian Bronner, you know, Tank and Robert Easter, all them, they know my real personality. They know how I really am. And even
so how are you really? What's your real personality? What is your real personality? You more of a jokester, kind of like to clown around a little bit?
I clown a lot. I clown around a lot, but you know, you'll see in the upcoming months and things like that once we get back into the, you know, the swing of things and stuff like that. But I am excited. I mean, I am excited for it, and you know, I'm glad it's finally coming back. You know, like I said, I got a second chance, so you know, I'm not taking it for granted at all, and I'm not taking this opportunity for granted at all. And, you know, I just want to show the world that, you know, Errol Spence is still the same, you know, not the same, but I'm even better and I'm more improved and stuff like that.
And finally, Errol, what do you want to tell all your fans that are watching all over the world as we continue to deal with this horrific pandemic of the coronavirus? And hopefully we see you back inside the ring and boxing is back. Because, man, I tell you, I miss it a whole heck of a lot, man. I miss being ringside, calling fights like yours and all the top quality world-class prize fighters around the world.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of YouTube fights recently, and that's something I got away from because before I used to watch YouTube fights all the time. I used to study YouTube fights religiously, and that's something I got away from. So that's something I'm getting back to now, just studying different fighters and stuff like that. But you know, I want to tell everybody, you know, during this time, just to, you know, stay in the house, you know, stay away from people as much as you can, you know, stay close to your loved ones, speak to your loved ones. You know, especially, you know, your close family like mother and father and grandparents, stuff like that. And just praying for everybody and hopefully, you know, we get through this tough time and get back to, you know, sports because I'm bored watching all these documentaries and stuff like that. So, you know, just everybody stay safe, man, stay gloved up and, you know, keep the mask on and, you know, just keep praying for everybody. That's all we can do.
Hey, Errol, thank you so much for your time. Can't wait to see you back inside the ring. Hope your family, I know your grandmother in New York, all your family in New York, hopefully they are safe and sound. And we look forward to seeing you back at the fights and inside the ring before another Errol Spence fight as you defend your welterweight championship of the world.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Errol Spence Jr. joining us. That'll do it. We'll see you next week on Time Out with Ray Flores. Errol Spence Jr. joining us.